Talk presented by Prize Picks brings you the latest with the Indianapolis Colts. Right now, it's all about training camp, right? Day 3 happening. I'll be honest, one of the more quiet practices, and yet still plenty to talk about on and off the field. That means even on these slow days, you want to be locked in with Colts Talk. Let's start with good news to begin today's video. We'll get into good and bad news today on everything happening with the Colts. We'll start with good news, though. C.J. Allen is back. That's right. The rookie linebacker so many are excited about. Colts' first pick, not a first-rounder, but their first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, removed from the PUP list and is practicing today. We saw videos of him doing different drills, in on things and participating. That was great to see, and a good reminder, the active PUP list and the PUP list, these guys can get removed and cleared rather quickly, so good to have C.J. Allen back with the Indianapolis Colts in training camp. He can finally get going. We'll keep an eye on how much he's out there, what he's doing, 11-on-11s, things like that. I've only seen drill videos so far, but we will keep you up to date going forward. What we want to do, welcome back the rookie to training camp. Actually, welcome him to training camp. He hasn't started yet. This will be his first round of it. Welcome C.J. Allen to training camp by liking today's video. That's C.J. Allen. Some other, not injury news. I just wanted to note these guys kind of had the day off, rest day, so you can get a vibe for how training camp's going to operate, how it's going to look, what's kind of going on. Grover Stewart, Jonathan Taylor, Mo Alley Cox, and Mooney Charvarius Ward getting the day off today. All those guys resting. So you feel good about Taylor. Don't freak out if you see he didn't practice, or same with Ward or Stewart. Just veteran days off as training camp kind of gets going, and they'll be back at it tomorrow as well, so you want to keep an eye on that one. Good news as well to go with the injury stuff. DeForest Buckner, who we knew was cleared for training camp, wasn't put on any PUP list after neck surgery in December, did participate in some 11-on-11s today, according to the Athletics' James Boyd. Neck surgery, coming back. He was talking about like he couldn't pick up 10 pounds, like crazy stuff going on there. So, did want to note a good piece of quick hitters here. DeForest Buckner participating in 11-on-11s. Let's get to some bad news, unfortunately, I think mainly Colts fans. We're pretty excited about this, so we need to talk about. Earlier this week, we got a report from Stephen Holder. Chris Ballard talked about it as well. The Colts still going to assess what they have and are interested in adding a veteran receiver. Chris Ballard talked about they'll take a look at who's available, they'll look at what they have, how they're performing, and then they will make a move. What happened? A day later, 2 days later, during the week, whatever, timeline, whatever's decided when and contracts and handed out. Either way, the top guy that I think a lot of Colts fans wanted, target for the Colts, rumored to the Colts, Deebo Samuel, off the free agent market. Kind of ironic that you get a report the Colts are looking at veteran receivers. Not too long after that, Deebo off the market on just a 1-year, $7 million deal. Deebo going back to the San Francisco 49ers. Tough one to swallow. I know a lot of Colts fans were pretty excited about Deebo Samuel possibly coming to Indy as a wide receiver. Are you one of those people? That's my question for you, and you can answer it by telling me how disappointed are you about losing Deebo Samuel. He goes to the Niners instead of the Colts making a move here. Scale it for me. 1, you don't care. 10, you're very disappointed. Deebo was a guy you wanted. Let us know what you think down below. And again, I thought Deebo had more to give. I just thought he's a playmaker. I thought he's a get-him-the-ball type of dude. I thought we were set up pretty well to make this one happen. So, again, unfortunate for the Colts not to be able to acquire Deebo and get him on the team in general. And look, the big thing for me in the Deebo Samuel case with the Indianapolis Colts, I think he was a target. He was rumored to them. This was disappointing. It was disappointing. That's what it was. That's what it turned out to be for the Indianapolis Colts and Colts fans and myself, because it felt doable. A 1-year, $7 million contract to add the veteran receiver you're talking about that you need. Come on now. What are we doing here? Let's make that one happen in Indy. Now, they don't get Deebo. I do want to add, though, the Colts did make roster moves. We're going to talk about it coming up here in just 1 second, because I know a lot of you guys are going to be interested in who they signed, who they worked out, other positions that they made roster moves for. Yeah, the Colts made a couple different moves in general. No, they didn't get Deebo. I'll get to who they did bring in just 1 second. First, a reminder, today's show is presented by America's #1 sports picks app. That is the Prize Picks app. That's right. And right now on Prize Picks, I did want to remind you guys, Flex Fridays are officially back. That means you can opt in to Flex Fridays from the Rewards tab and apply a protected play to the one Flex Play lineup you choose. If the lineup wins, it pays out normally. If the lineup loses, Prize Picks refunds the entry as bonus lineups. Yeah, that's right, allowing you to run it back without risking additional funds. It's simple to play and something you can do every single Friday on Prize Picks with the Prize Picks app. Also, we wanted to feature a lineup on today's show. Here's a season-long lineup. Our guys, Tyler Warren and Jonathan Taylor, we're going more for them. Warren, his yards, and Taylor, his touchdowns. These are season-long, which you can set up on Prize Picks. Plus, a little bit of a hate watch here. We went more on C.J. Stroud's interceptions season-long, so that'll be fun to watch as this season goes for Indy. Plus, right now, there's a new user offer on Prize Picks to take advantage of. And right now, when you play your first $5, you'll get $150 in lineups if you win that first lineup. All you have to do is use code HMA when you sign up. That's right. Prize Picks just switched up their offer, so there's no better time to join. Lock in and win that first lineup. That's code HMA at sign up to get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup, because on Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right, moves to get to for the Indianapolis Colts, talking about what Indy has done over, most of it was yesterday, and what it could mean for the future going forward for the Colts in general. Let's start with this. The Colts are signing undrafted free agent wide receiver Liam Clifford from Penn State. Clifford did participate in Colts minicamp, and then again, right after they're rumored to be going after a veteran or looking at veterans, they instead signed Clifford, to something here, another UDFA on the pile here to try and make the team during training camp. Look, bodies, didn't even necessarily note any injuries for the Colts, and I'll be honest, Clifford not overly impressive during his time in college, but you gotta kind of note that one in general. Then we go to Roydell Williams, also signed by the Colts. This is a running back for Indianapolis, was at Alabama, then Florida State. Got a little bit more of a career, and I say career, I mean 6 years of college football for Roydell Williams. We do know not long ago, Lincoln Pear asked to be waived by the Indianapolis Colts, so another UDFA running back kind of added to the mix. Those were the two signings in this scenario. Let's take a look at the other names in the mix here from James Boyd. The Colts end up signing Liam Clifford. They also signed Roydell Williams. Chase Claypool in for a workout along with Jermar Jefferson. Yeah, Chase Claypool. That's right. That name ringing any bells for you? The former second-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who, by the way, flashed in his first 2 years in Pittsburgh, was really set up to have a huge career, a big career. Chicago ends up trading for him. Did not go how we, kind of thought it would in Chicago. One more chance in Miami after that. Just hasn't been smooth for Chase Claypool, and he last played for Miami in 2023. He's attempted multiple comebacks in the NFL. I know he had sort of a thing with Buffalo, trying to get back with Buffalo a little bit. But again, at this point in time, this is another example of Chris Ballard going for a player that hasn't been in the NFL in a few years. And look, you're looking for a veteran. We should be looking at other names, not the bottom of the barrel with Chase Claypool. But hey, if you think it's somebody that the Colts should take a swing on, they worked him out, right? Should the Colts sign Chase Claypool? That's right. What do you guys think on this one? Type S for sign, P for pass. Look, Chase Claypool is still 28 years old, 6'4". He's got experience in the league. I want to see what you guys think on this one. Should the Colts sign Chase Claypool? S for sign, P for pass. What's up with Ballard and players who've been out of the league? Nasir Adderley had been retired, literally retired, not just like Claypool where he can't get on a team. He was retired for multiple years. You have Whitehead, who's been out with a neck injury. He worked out for the Colts. Adderley got cut. Now it's Claypool's getting a workout. He's been out since 2023. What's Ballard doing? I guess, hey, those are the guys available maybe? I don't know. Could be interesting. Again, under 30 years old. You've seen the potential. You've seen what he can do. He's a big receiver at 6'4". Definitely seems like he's tried to stay in shape and stay in the mix, which some of these guys don't really do. But there's better options. That's just facts. I know Deebo's off the market, but that doesn't mean it's over for the Colts acquiring, these different names in Indy. And I think the biggest thing for me is we got to consider veteran options. I think the Colts have a couple of different options that they need to take a look at going forward. One of the names, obviously, Keenan Allen. That's a guy that Colts fans have mentioned and gotten excited about, and the Colts have been linked to. And again, veteran wide receiver in general. How about Stefon Diggs, still on the free agent market, out there telling people, I am better than your wide receiver too. Well, let's see it, right, Chris Ballard? How about Curtis Samuel, a guy, again, who it's been a few years since he's been as consistent, but he has proven it in the NFL. So again, look, I'm sorry that the Deebo stuff didn't work out. I understand you're looking at Chase Claypool, but there are better options if you're looking at a veteran wide receiver. Let's pivot real quick to training camp news, things actually happening on the field for the Indianapolis Colts. We've told you guys the running back 2 battle would be something to watch. Seth McGowan, DJ Giddens, watch those two, right? Who's going to back up Jonathan Taylor? You want to go less carries for Jonathan Taylor, you got to look at these two, right? That's what you want to do, is watch Giddens, watch McGowan. Well, we are getting early reports that is not going well at this point in time for those two guys. Noah Compton noting today with the Colts, Giddens dropped a wide open swing route, second time in 3 days. Also noted, McGowan did so yesterday. Look, one of the things that coaches like to say during training camp is no mistakes, no false starts, no issues, so on and so forth. That's what they like to kind of hit on during these moments. I don't know. What are we doing here? These two guys want a job. These two guys want to go out and get it. And yet they're not seizing it, right? They're not taking advantage of it in general. And what's Chris Ballard doing about it? That's my question, right? I've kind of hit that, like, they need to go get a veteran receiver. They need to go get a veteran running back. Ballard is going UDFAs over free agents right now. Literally, you want to get a veteran receiver, you probably need a better backup running back. Well, you get Liam Clifford and Roydell Williams added to your team. And look, Ballard said what most GMs say and what we understand about training camp. We'll get a look at our guys, and then we'll make a move, right? Well, you got a look at the receivers, and you went and got Liam Clifford, and then you're getting a look at these running backs, and you go out and get Roydell Williams. Where are we at? Come on. There's got to be better options to bring in, again, even to work out. Like, bring Stefon Diggs in for a workout, not Chase Claypool. Let's go get a veteran running back. That would be the biggest thing for me right now. I feel like the Colts have good enough options at wide receiver to kind of sort through in-house options. But running back specifically, I pounded the table, this table right here in the studio on Colts Talk, for them to go get a backup running back. And here we are once again hearing that DJ Giddens in his second year and Seth McGowan as rookie are poorly competing for that running back 2 spot early in training camp. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Also, what are you missing? Missing anything about training camp? Anything on here new today? And yet you're not subscribed. All training camp news right here on Colts Talk, so be sure to subscribe.